Okay, so this question here is asking how many 50 micrometer wide cells, so they're these little cells, and their distance is 50.0 micrometers. How many of those can you line up across a penny? And we'll just draw it big because I'll line up a penny. So we're wondering how many of these can we line up across a penny, and the pennies, basically the diameter. I should have said 19.05 millimeter wide penny. So this is 19.05 millimeters. How many of these can line up to stack side by side to go all the way across the penny? Okay. So how many of these? So the answer is going to be in a number of 50 micrometer wide cells in this size penny here. So, well, if we knew the length of this and we divided it by the width of this here cell, couldn't we get the number of these that would fill on there? Absolutely. But first we have to bring horses to water. Our cells are in micrometers, we are in millimeters. Well, we need to have them in the same unit, so we can divide this one by this one. Because basically what we're doing is we're getting this distance and dividing it by this. But it has to be the same units, millimeters, micrometers. We could convert millimeters to micrometers, or we could go micrometers to meters. Millimeters. So let's just let's go millimeters to micrometers. So everything is in those numbers. So we start off with our long distance here, because in the end we're going to end up with this long distance in micrometers, and then we're going to divide it by this. Okay. So we'll do this in two steps. First one here, 19.05 millimeters. All right, let's convert that to micrometers. I don't have a micrometer to millimeter scale, so let's go millimeter to meter, and then meter to micrometer. So millimeter to meter, see, and then we'll go from meter to micrometer. Okay, and that should get us the distance of the penny in micrometers. So 19.05. How many millimeters are in a meter? 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters, also known as 10 to the 3. Okay. And how many micrometers are in a meter? Well, look, I gave it to you there. 10 to the 6th. Micrometers is 1 meter. So this is going to convert it all into micrometers. All right. So here we go. Multiply this times this, and then divide it by everything on the bottom. I prefer. If you want to do a little creative magic, you'll see that 10 to the 6th, 10 to the 3, that comes out to be 10 to the 3rd. So it's pretty much 19 times 10 to the 3rd, which is, what is that? 1.905 times 10 to the 4th micrometers, if my math is right. It is. Okay, so 19, we'll save all the significant digits till the end. So that's how many micrometers wide this is. Let's divide it by the 50 micrometer cell. So we'll start out with 1.905 times 10 to the 4th micrometers, and that's the width of the penny, and we're just going to divide it by the width of the one cell. So we'll use a conversion factor because we want to see how many of these cells, and we know that for every one cell it is 50 micrometers. So 50.0 micrometers is basically one cell. So for the number of these that are divided into here is going to give me the number of cells. So I'm just turning this into a conversion factor. This times 1 divided by 50 is equal to roughly 381. Okay? So do the math and you'll find the same answer. Okay, great. Oh, the answer is cells. Great.